Hi Gina.
Hi Ione, hi everyone, I'm Gina, the senior editor of Polyester.
And I'm Ione, the founding editor-in-chief of Polyester, and this is the Polyester Podcast, a feminist pop culture podcast dissecting the discourse on a weekly basis.
Please make sure to like, rate, subscribe and review. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to our membership platform for exclusive podcast-centered perks. We're offering exclusive video episodes, secret mini episodes, and even episodes centered on what you want us to talk about across different tier options. We're also giving away 50% off tickets to our event this Saturday.
Which everyone should come to anyway. It's on Saturday the 30th of August at Moth Club, and we're doing a pub quiz. We're doing fashion catwalk competitions, and the prizes are really sick. We're doing DJs.
We are doing
outfits.
DJs. It's to celebrate the new issue.
The bed issue, and so the theme is nightwear.
Sleepy, sleepy girls.
Yeah.
So go check out how to become a member at the link in our description. There's also the link to get your tickets to the party there. Do we have any reviews, Ione?
Yeah.
Yay!
This is from...
What?
Sammy Whammies.
Lovely. I hope that's her actual last name.
This is from Sammy Whammies, 5 stars in the US of A. Love the pod. I've been listening for years and I love all iterations of this show. Such a good mix of thought-provoking commentary and silly banter. Sending love from the west coast of the US. Triple kiss, which is very nice.
Well, that's apt for today.
That's true. Down on the west coast.
Exactly.
So... And on Spotify, we have Rose Jensen, who said, okay, not gonna lie, this is about last week's episode. Slop lover here, so I heard this app and immediately wanted to share it with friends. I don't know what it is about those AI cat soap operas that is so addicting, but I've never thought about them like this before, and I found it so interesting. Great app. Thank you, Rose.
Thanks,
and
Rose.
I just can't get in that rabbit hole because I know I could get addicted to them.
Yeah, very easy. I think, well, they're made for it.
It's true. And then our girl Esther says, the state of the internet really needs to be studied. I'm glad you're both here to investigate because what the actual fuck.
Thank you, Esther.
So today is less state of the internet, although it does feed in, more state of the girls.
Girls' State.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the Ethel and Lana beef.
Ethel, Cain, Lana Del Rey feud. It's a feud for the ages.
The ages.
Sad girls across the seas.
Food for the week.
No, it's going to be one of those ones like that rolls on and on and on.
On and on.
Madonna v. Kathleen Hanna.
What happened with them?
I mean, Courtney Love v. Kathleen Hanna. Madonna versus Courtney Love. Anyone versus Courtney Love.
Remember that tweet that was like, Azealia Banks is the black Courtney Love?
She's fucking worse, sorry. Courtney Love is a stand-up angel compared to Azealia Banks.
Azealia Banks did wade into this beef, if you're wondering, and said that everyone ganging up on Ethel Cain's transphobic.
And she would fucking know, wouldn't she? Queen of being a fucking turf.
She's not that much of a turf. She loves the dolls.
No, she's so horrible. Remember what she said about Richie Shazam?
She is horrible about everyone, but she does keep scrapping J.K. Rowling on Twitter.
I don't give a fuck.
Azealia
is just the different side of the same coin as J.K. Rowling. Fight me.
A stop clock with Azealia, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. Do you want to...
I know, I think you should explain because I think it's important to note that Gina is actually more of a fan of both of these people than I am.
Why is that important to know? Because about you or just in general?
In general, like going into this episode because I'm new in these waters.
Okay.
And you're seasoned.
Okay. So Ethel Cain and Lana Del Rey are obviously purveyors of sad music who explore Americana in their work. They often get referenced towards each other. Mm-hmm. Or people will link them together because of that.
Probably similar Venn diagram of fan base as well.
I think towards the end of last week.
Wait, let's just take it all the way back in case some people don't know who Lana Del Rey or Ethel Cain is.
Who the fuck doesn't know who Lana Del Rey is?
Oh, come on, there's going to be someone now and they're going to be like, Gina's so mean for saying what if people don't... blah, blah, blah.
Oh, go on then.
Lana Del Rey, most people will know who she is. Very famous.
Well, people are gonna go, wow, I only so mean.
Most people, I said, and I didn't impress a judgment on it, whereas you went, who the fuck?
Anyway,
Lana Del Rey, she sings songs, she's sad, she vapes on stage, she's married to an alligator tamer. Is that his job? Or alligator tour guide?
Tour guide, yeah.
Whatever, tamer would be funner. Ethel Cain, I don't even know. Tell me about Ethel Cain. I know her, obviously. She's tall. She has face tattoos. She's got long, beautiful hair.
Ethel Cain is kind of the Southern Gothic personified. Her work is really eerie, and she does these big concept albums based on like storylines and plots and characters that she's invented. The most recent one is about Willoughby Tucker. That's her most recent album. And then the album before that was about...
Well, I read the Face interview yesterday.
About the character's Ethel Cain.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one's about the character of Ethel Cain, and then the second one is about the character, well, the third one actually, because she kind of had like that ambient sound sort of one that came out earlier this year that we had a really good essay defending on the site. And her new like studio album is about a character called Willoughby Tucker, and she has quite a fraught history online because she is just always fighting with her own fans.
And timely online.
Yeah.
Chronically online, whatever.
She's kind of like, she's what triggered that episode we did about being earnest in art and pop music.
Yeah.
Because she thinks like she gets treated with like stan culture by her 14-year-old fans and she hates it.
But also, I think a huge part of this is that she was one of those people.
Well, yeah, everyone just hates their past selves.
So, okay, let's not take us back to the beginning of the beef.
Okay, so as I was saying, they both engage in Americana stuff. They both do indie music. They both have rabid fan bases.
Yeah.
And they both kind of like really engage with like Americana on an aesthetic level as well as musically. So people have always linked them together. The end of last week, Lana did what she does quite often, is like filmed like a clip of her just driving in her car with her own song playing. It's a new song going to be called All About Ethel, which is a reference to All About Eve, which is a Betty Davis film where this like legendary showgirl, performer, actress of the stage gets targeted and usurped by a new, younger version of herself. So she's referencing that, and she released this new song, and like the lyrics basically begin with, Ethel Cain hated my Instagram posts, and goes on to say something like, I'm the most famous girl in the Waffle House.
Because, so there's a New York Times profile a couple of years ago on Ethel Cain, and also Ethel Cain is the stage name of Hayden, who is the person.
Yeah.
So we'll probably just refer to her as Ethel Cain throughout, but as in that is a persona and a stage name. So there was a New York Times article that there was a profile on Ethel, and it was headlined the most famous girl in the Waffle House. And then most people remember when Lana went to Waffle House and did a shift, and everyone's like, whoa, she's been like plotting this for fucking years to be mean to Ethel Cain.
For a lyric, which I quite respect.
Other lore is like, so Ethel released a cover of Born to Die, then seemed to be like years ago, that's now been deleted, but like dug up on her DeviantArt page in the 2010s. She credited Lana as one of her favourite artists. Oh, and they both dated Jack Donahue from, what's the band called?
I just know him from like...
Just know him
Sexy Man who went to prison.
He's so fit. He's so fit. And he's also gone out with all of, like, his list of exes is incredible.
Yeah,
he's
all
in
the
Salem.
old girlies. Salem, yeah.
And he also went out with Courtney Love, so just saying.
You should come up and see me sometime.
So Ethel and Lana both dated him. Wasn't it Ethel first? No?
Lana first. It was Lana first, then Ethel, because I think Lana's also pissed off that Ethel like recreated her stood outside of a prison photo with Jack. Which is funny. You know, like when you just like really fucking hate someone and like, anything they do, you're like, I can't believe she took a picture with her boyfriend.
Yeah, in front. It's not even in front of a prison.
No, it's just like she's like,
in front of like a
waterfall or something.
Yeah.
But they like stood the same way. Like, that was our pose.
And they're not even stood the same way. Anyway, so Lana released a song, like the snippet of the song, not even the full song. Everyone starts going crazy. There's tweets such as, should I read some out?
Yeah.
At Mona Moore Del Rey says, how waking up as Lana Del Rey and Ethel Cain stan felt like today. And it's that baby wolf meme hugging itself while its parents fight. Lana stands being transphobic and Ethel stands being fatphobic, says Joe at The Hearts Rising. And then it's the gif of like someone smacking a notepad away Rose Domu says, imagine telling your grandma Ethel Cain and Lana Del Rey are beefing. She'd say, that's too bad. Love them in Gone with the Wind. People are always taking note that Lana Del Rey and Ethel Cain sparked this up as Taylor Swift was announcing Life of a Showgirl, because Swifties fucking love to make everything about themselves. No offense to any Swifties listening. Someone tweeted, Soriano tweeted, Lana Del Rey and Ethel Cain are fighting, so I block Gracie Abrams. Ian at Corny Loser says, this is going to be Kendrick versus Drake for coquette Tumblr white women who have crumbs on their bed. True, and we are those women, I guess. Nicki Minaj then got... So wait, no, let's bring it back. Let's not jump to Nicki Minaj yet. So
what a sentence.
Potbase posted about it. Lana comments on the Potbase post saying, I didn't know who Ethel was until a few years ago. When someone brought to my attention the disturbing and graphic side-by-side images she would often put up with me next to unflattering creatures and cartoon characters making constant comments about my weight, I was confused at what she was getting at. Then when I heard what she was saying behind closed doors from mutual friends and started inciting herself into my personal life, I was definitely disturbed. People are saying that the go on. You explain it. You're clearly loving it.
People were like, what the fuck is she on about Family Guy, Ethel Cain, Lana Del Rey? And Ethel Cain's like a chronic tweeter and like tweets in like a stan meme format of tweeting. And she tweeted, hands on your knees, I'm Angelina Jolie, the Lana lyric, with that gif of Peter Griffin like dancing in the clouds that's usually like to that Madonna song.
Frozen.
Yeah. So everyone's like casting the aspersion that it's that has caused Lana to crash out.
And the thing is, right, Lana Del Rey is a 40-year-old woman who doesn't know what stan culture tweeting is. Ethel Cain is a 27-year-old woman who knows too much about what stan culture tweeting is. Again, two sides of the same coin. Both extremely petty in very different fonts.
Well, yeah, I think Grace on our team would like me to flag here the part of Lana's statement when she says, I've heard she's saying stuff behind closed doors and inserting herself into my personal life.
But we can't comment on that because we don't fucking know.
We don't know. But the same day, Ethel posts to her Instagram story, update, Lana Del Rey has blocked Ethel Cain on Instagram. So Ethel's acknowledging the beef, basically.
And then also that day, Ethel Cain's sister posted an Instagram story with the caption, I can't wait to watch your hologram perform this diss track while you hit your vape backstage, diva. What inspired you to suddenly make a country album? Referring to how Lana's recent tour, 4 songs were performed by hologram.
It was like 8. It's fucking loads.
Then Nicki Minaj gets involved.
Here we go. Now we're hitting the ground running.
She tweets, I've been singing Ethel Cain hated my Instagram post all morning, help, and something about the Waffle House and a picture with some boy, but how can a melody and instruments and background vocals and the mixing be so good that I'm walking around all day talking about a person named Ethel who I do not know, hating an Instagram post I never even posted, help me. I'm sure Ethel is a nice person, hums the melody again and drifts off into this somber state while looking off into the horizon. Minaj then posts, which is such a fair callback. Remember that time Lana dissed all the girlies, but we had no idea why, none of us said anything. This is in reference to Lana's infamous question for the culture post, which I say all the time. I say question for the culture all the fucking time. And also, it's worth flagging here, I think I forgot how controversial Lana is. And I think we really accept like Lana being controversial as just part of the fabric of our society these days. But she is fucking nuts.
Well, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to say about this beef.
So let's go to the break and come back.
Hi everyone! This episode of the Polyester Podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace has been more than a website builder for us, but a hub for all things polyester where we can share exclusive features, cultivate our community, and sell zines straight to our audience.
As well as selling products, you can use Squarespace to sell digital products, book services, and book client appointments. We use it to sell digital copies of sold-out issues of polyester from the last 10 years making zines for the low price of £1 each.
Squarespace has really streamlined the selling process for us, which makes it way easier to spend our energy on the fun, creative stuff that keeps polyester so special. On previous platforms, we were limited on which payment options we could offer, but Squarespace can accommodate all methods, from Apple Pay to PayPal to traditional checkout, as well as buy now, pay later options.
I think Squarespace being a one-stop shop for all our magazine needs has been what's made it so useful, and like Gina said, super straightforward. We also use the platform for designing, writing, and sending out our newsletters to our audience. And being able to pull content used elsewhere on the site directly into the email building process makes it so much simpler to get the word out there about what we're doing.
So all in all, we couldn't recommend Squarespace more. And if you want to give it a go, you can use our code polyester10 for a 10% discount on platform purchases right now. Love you!
We're back. So, should I do a quick update on Question for the Culture in case anyone has forgotten?
Yeah, go on and then I'll make my point.
Question for the Culture was a post in May 2020. So, you know, Lana Del Rey's just sitting in her house, got fucking nothing to do because it's COVID, and it's like, oh, I'm pissed off. She's in like a typewritten graphic, and then she's saying like Question for the Culture, and it's posted to Instagram Grid. Now that Doja Cat, Ariana, Camilla, Cardi B, Kalani, Nicki Minaj and Beyonce have had number ones with the songs about being sexy, wearing no clothes, fucking cheating, etc. Can I please go back to singing about being embodied, feeling beautiful by being in love, even if the relationship is not perfect, or dancing for money, or whatever I want, without being crucified for saying I'm glamorizing abuse? And then it goes on for ages and ages and ages, and everyone was like, you are racist.
And then, like 2 years ago, everyone she named fell.
What do you mean?
It was such a good meme. They were like, Doja Cat showing feet on racist forums, Ariana cheating on her husband, Camila Cabello racist, Cardi B flop, Kalani got caught doing something, Nicki Minaj married a pedo,
Beyonce jury's out, but we
well, Jay-Z,
yeah, exactly.
She's like, no tongue shall rise against law.
Anyway, so right, that's Question for the Culture. But then also we have a timeline of Lana being controversial in the research, which you can see if you are a member. And it's like, I have never even seen this cover anymore. That Blue Jeans album cover was her lying on a beach being choked by a man, wearing Native American headdresses, dressing up as if she was like a Latina gangster, and then turns into a white person to go back to heaven. Being in a cancelled music video for Marilyn Manson, directed by Eli Roth, which trigger warning for rape. The scene shows Roth raping Lana.
Eli Roth evil as well.
Also evil, yes. Anyway, so let's go back. What is your point, Gina?
Well, I think actually it's important to talk about how whenever Ethel similarly has a timeline of being controversial.
Oh yeah, big time. And like, again, two sides of the same coin. So Ethel was like an edgelord online, basically. Has done like strange stuff, like took a real missing poster and stuck her face over it. Has had like her art be dug up where it's like anime style drawings of boys that look really young being tied up and naked. People accuse her of bestiality.
People accuse her of like being pro-incest, like all sorts of dumb shit. But it's just her wearing like a t-shirt that says legalize incest that she's written on it.
So then Ethel recently basically did a big Google Doc. It was only 2 months ago where she was like, oh, I'm sick of like people trying to cancel me all the time. Here's everything that you guys think I've done and like what I think about it.
She did actually also be racist and apologize for it.
Yeah, so it starts with being like, I was racist and I'm an idiot and I was doing it to be an edgelord. And she was like, my group of friends were like all edgelords. I was doing everything for like attention and irony. Like it doesn't like make it any less racist, but I am sorry. And it's like disgusting behavior. I'm not proud of it. And then she addresses the like more like the child pornography, the incest, the abuse towards animals, which is obviously more of just like applied to get her cancelled. And she's like, here's my layered experience with it and stuff like this. Overall, I actually thought it was a really good statement.
It's fucking nuts that she had my point.
I think more people should, because the thing is, then you get Lana like saying stupid shit and just going
going back to the farm.
Yeah,
but this is my point, is that Ethel's fans hold her to such a high responsibility of not being controversial.
Also, so probably because she's trans, like held to such a higher standard than a cis woman.
Exactly. And even like a working class woman. And then Lana has become just part of her brand and part of her culture.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that like keeps coming up again and again with different singers, especially singers who maybe have been around for a bit longer, like Azealia.
Yeah.
Where people just kind of accept them having like really horrible, awful, toxic opinions or doing really fucked up stuff as part of like
the law.
They're like who they are, like part of the brand. Whereas newer pop girlies are held to such high accounts that they're not allowed to do it, especially if they are similar to Lana, where they're saying, well, this is a character and this is kind of like what they think and what they believe in, and I engage with incest in the work of that character because it's something that intrigues me as part of the Americana subconsciousness. Whereas like Lana, they're like, people are like, yeah, lol, she doesn't even interrogate abuse in her work, she just flagrantly uses it as like a motif.
Yeah.
But it's fine because that's just something that she's always done.
Yeah, agree. But I also think it's just part of like the death of nuance, right? So everyone was like, cancel culture is toxic because it means just people get like their lives ruined. And it's like, middle ground, guys. Like,
Yeah.
there is a middle ground here. And like, can you listen to the artist if they're a terrible person? It's like, all of this, it's like, the answer to that is not just accepting people are terrible people, but you still think their music is good. Like, it's way more complicated, and it's like you're still moralizing onto an artist who like is both of the, like, I'm not sure about Ethel because I don't know as much, but exactly, Lana Del Rey gets away with it by doing this whole shtick of like, I'm not someone to be moralized upon, I'm just talking about my own experiences of like abuse within relationships, and that happens to loads of other women too, which is true. But then you get the same people turning on Ethel Cain being like, well, you're bad because of this.
Well, what I think might be some of the problem is that I don't think they have a lot of the same fans. I think that the Ethel fan base is younger and a bit more woke, for lack of a better word. And I think Ethel's probably annoyed, rightfully so, that she's not granted the same graces.
Well,
she famously doesn't really like the way that her fans engage with her artwork, the art she puts out.
Well, though, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think like one of the most embarrassing things you can do as an artist is be like overly concerned about how your fans treat you.
Well, I think, yeah.
Unless obviously if it like pertains to actual safety and like, you know, stalking and shit like that. But I mean like, as in, I think it's just like embarrassing to overly engage with how people receive your work. Obviously this is different because part of the whole thing is that like the reason why she did the statement is Ethel was being like, there's a targeted transphobic campaign against me to get people to hate me. And that's like very, very different than just being annoyed with fans, I think. And like, obviously I support her like acting against it. What I've said in that previous episode we've done is like, I just don't buy that you listen to my music wrong.
Well, exactly. I think the problem that Ethel struggles with, not to assume much about her, is that people put art out into the world and think that they still get some like kind of medium of control over how it's perceived. Mm-hmm. But the like number one thing is that once it's out there, that's part of the joy of art, is that like it lives
its own life.
It lives its own life. It's so separate to you. Like it's like Roland Barthes' Death of the Author. Like it's interpreted through that person, through their personal experiences and how they relate to it. And I'm sure she put out art and was like, oh, I never thought that this would be something that young teenagers would be engaging with so much and relating to so much and wanting to engage with me so much. It's not something that I was expecting as an artist. Fair enough, but I think like you can't be angry about that.
And then I also think like part of this drama goes back to the fact that her actions, and the reason why Lana's being pissed off is like basically the reason why Ethel gets pissed off at her fans. It's like, yeah, Ethel gets annoyed at all these like throwaway statements about her work and her art and like stan culture and the way stans talk about music on the internet. What the fuck is that Peter Griffin tweet if not exactly the type of behaviour that Ethel Cain does not like?
Yeah, and they're both trying to put out a medium of music that is supposed to be taken seriously.
But I think that it's a bit, and this is probably why Ethel Cain well, you already said it, we all hate our past versions of ourselves, but I think it's that basically Ethel Cain did all this shit because she is still an edgelord at heart. And I think also she still even like does bait it a bit, like even I don't know, also let's just be very, very realistic here. It defo raises Ethel Cain's profile to be in like a public feud with Lana Del Rey.
In my heart, in the dark corner of my heart, they're going to work out the remix and it's purposeful.
Well, this was going to be my next point because it's also a bit of a stupid move by Lana because all she's doing is making Ethel Cain more famous.
Lana Del Rey is not a smart woman.
Well, I think this is the other thing.
A talented woman. I don't think she's particularly intelligent or I think emotionally or internetally intelligence.
Well, yeah, exactly. She's very like non-literate in the internet,
Exactly.
which is why she
That's what I
fell
was
for
trying
all
to
of
say.
this in the first place. Because I think like if you actually look into most, like there is definitely some things where Ethel Cain's being really shady about Lana Del Rey. Like there's a part where she says like, "Oh, I hate it when people compare me to Lana because I'm trying to like look at the truth of the American dream, which is basically that it's like fake and like decay and poverty over all America, and Lana's glamorizing it."
Yeah, and she's saying like it's artifice versus like reality.
Yeah, and she's like, Lana's the artificial version that like celebrates what all of this falsehood of America was built on, i.e. like racism, slavery, blah, 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 blah.
Which is also just like really, if you're asking to be taken on like a more your work to be not taken at face value and taken at a more intellectual level, why can't you see that for Lana?
That's true.
At Ethel.
Because she don't like her.
Well, exactly. They're both just being like, I fucking hate her. She does this and it pisses me off. There's also that ask on Tumblr, which is, Ethel Cain, please get off Tumblr.
Ethel Cain, get off the internet. And like also Lana Del Rey, get off the internet. I'm so like, celebrities get off the internet for a minute.
Someone posted like, Lana walked so Ethel could run. And Ethel was like, oh, I pushed her over as I ran past.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously a 40-year-old woman's going to see that and be like, she's being mean to me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I've been saying this all week, but the podcast listeners haven't heard this yet. It's like when someone called Charlie XCX mother and Charlie was like, just because I'm aging, my body is fitter than ever and I look hot. It's like, girl.
It's actually
You
so
don't
cringe.
understand the culture that you are like trying to speak to, which is less of the case with Lana Del Rey because I think she's literally only just trying to speak to herself at all times.
Well, yeah, and her husband.
And her husband. But I will say, I just don't get the hype. Like,
Between either of them.
no.
Yeah, it's not very you music.
I just think to be a Lana fan, you have, like, it's similar to Taylor Swift. You have to have so much, like, of the law, and you have to have had an entry point at exactly the right time, and you have to be able to excuse so many things. I'm just not that committed to anyone.
Yeah, fair enough.
So whose side are you on?
Well, I just think they're both being dumb bitches. Do you know what I mean?
What's going to happen?
They're going to make up.
No, they're not.
They'll do a song together.
They definitely won't.
I think they will.
There's no fucking way.
They will.
No way.
They will.
Also, I reckon, because wait, was that thing you sent me fake, the Jack Antonoff lyric?
Apparently it's from an insider source.
So it's like, what was it? Don't call Jack or that other one either. So it's like saying don't call Jack Donahue, but also don't call Jack Antonoff.
It's like, no, Jack told me to stay out of it and to not call the other Jack.
Antonoff. Second Antonoff, first Donahue.
No, first Antonoff.
So Jack Antonoff told Lana Del Rey to stay out of the beef.
Yeah, and to leave Jack Donahue alone. Which I think is sound advice.
Yeah, and like this leads me back to Jack Antonoff is being unfairly maligned in culture at the moment.
What do you mean?
Everyone loves to be like, Jack Antonoff ruins people, yeah? Like, ruins songs, ruins pop girlies. So everyone's fucking ditched him for the new album. Taylor Swift has ditched him. Lorde has ditched him. Someone else, I can't remember who. And, sorry, I haven't listened to, obviously, Life of a Showgirl yet, and I never probably fucking will. But all of those other albums, I'm like, dog shit, get Jack Antonoff back. He makes bangers.
Get Jack Antonoff back. And I also think Jack Antonoff should pair up with, what's his name? Dan Nero or...
Yeah.
The Chapel and
Olivia
Rodrigo, the guy from the Postal Service,
Yeah.
one of my favourite bands.
Yeah.
They should pair up and make the best album of all time.
So the long and short of it is we are available for consultancy on what the pop girl should or should not be doing.
I think there's a bit...
I love Jack Antonoff. I do hate what he did to Lena Dunham though, so don't act like I'm being a bad woman for saying I like Jack Antonoff because I do think he's evil at heart, but he is also talented, so...
And I am interested if there's a...
And that's on nuance.
You have to know so much Jack Antonoff lore to like Jack Antonoff.
Exactly. Maybe the true
He's
person
your-
I stand is
he's
Jack
your Lana
Antonoff.
Del Rey.
I do love fun.
Me too. Tonight, we are young.
This is probably the worst takeaway of all time from a podcast episode.
But I just think it's one of those things as well where like there's so many beefs now that I'm just like everything just feels orchestrated.
I think we haven't had a beef in a long time, actually.
Right then.
That's just my opinion.
What about the... Oh, whatever.
I don't think Lana Del Rey could orchestrate. Again, it goes back to how you're saying she's not too smart. It takes a lot to orchestrate something like this. I think she's just being messy.
Alright, fine.
And with that,
Thank you, Ione.
please don't cancel me for liking Jack Antonoff.
Fuck me. Please don't cancel me for liking Ethel Cain and Lana Del Rey, even though I've just spent 30 minutes kicking off about both of them. I do listen to their music, and I have cried at both of their gigs.
Yeah, Gina embarrassed herself in front of Ethel Cain.
What the hell?
Are we allowed to say it or not?
Yeah.
Go on then.
I embarrassed myself in front of Ethel Cain.
Maybe the real beef is the Gina Tonic Ethel Cain beef.
Nah, I still stand.
Yeah, I'm saying, what does she think about you?
I'm very charming.
Okay, thank you, Gina.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Rob, for the research, Bridget for sound teching, and Olivia for editing.
We'll
see you next week.
see you next week.
Where they probably would have made up. Or we'll see you at our party on Saturday.
Oh, also apparently the Lana's album's dropping on the 29th.
I don't believe it.
Don't believe it at all. Someone called Lana Delay.
All right, see you later. Bye.